Don't worry, you've come to the right channel. Just watching a squirrel.
Yeah, I figure why not start the video with something cute. There's a little squirrel, the tree rat running around the front yard. So anyway, hello everyone, Brian with the Tiny Crypto Blog. So where are we at these days? We have Bitcoin near all-time highs. We have a lot of optimism. There is the better than 0% chance we've got a administration coming in that's a little bit more friendly towards cryptocurrencies, blockchain, etc. So we'll see how that goes. There's a lot of reason to be, and also too, a lot of the people were saying this is the October that never happened. If you look at past cycles, technically we're in line with things where we go through the sandpaper stage, and now this burst has taken us out of that sandpaper stage, and now we're on the upside bias stage. So we'll see what happens. Well, yesterday I was looking at Zero Hedge, and there was a comment. I'll pop that sucker up now. There we go. Bitcoin closes in on 100K, but the ultimate destination is over 200K. And from time to time, I like going into Zero Hedge. And if you've not read Zero Hedge, it's decent. I mean, it started out in its old days in 2008 as sort of an anti-establishment, anti-corporate media website before you had an anti-corporate media entity there. And back in the day, the comments, I'd often said back going like pre-2013, the comment section would very frequently be more informative than the articles themselves. The articles would bring up the topic, but then the comment section be more like a forum, and there were regular contributors and regular people who regularly posted comments, and they had a very intelligent, very insightful people that had a lot of good information. But then 14, 15 by 15 things, more normie type of folk were coming in 2016 because it had pro-Trump related content and brought in an even lower level denominator of viewer. I'm not saying Trump supporters were stupid, but they didn't bring the same level of nuanced intelligence and informativeness to the comments, and the result was the comments just sort of got dumbed down. Well, over that time, once 2017 rolls around and I start really getting deep into the weeds with cryptocurrencies and blockchain and such, because it's somewhat anti-establishment and such, and very libertarian leaning minded, of course Bitcoin's going to be one of the things they have articles on. And I would read the comments to see what people are saying, and I would sort of use that to look at the comment section as a barometer to see where this particular audience of people, this community of people, where they were standing. And yesterday when I'm reading this article, I wanted to see what the people were saying in the comments. Where are things at? Because we've already had the Bitcoin ETF. We've already had new highs. And let's go here. There we go. Make sure we're in there. Yes. And you're seeing all the 4-year cycles. High and the crash. The high and the somewhat crash. Yeah, and the crash. The high, the crash. The drive-by shooting. Turning optimism. Gosh, these are bringing back the memories now. Revival, 2020, March, when it's 3,000, 5,000, 3,000. The highs, the drop, the highs again. FTX, Bitcoin ETF, and then where we are today. So we have a track record. And it talks about things like the value propositions of gold, Bitcoin, because it's physical. First rule, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. So if you've got the private keys to a Bitcoin wallet, if you have the physical gold in your possession, you own it. The value of Bitcoin's network effect, which is correct, just refer to Andreas Antonopoulos, the Internet of Money. He talks about network effect very well. And then this is the part, when I saw this, I said, you know, I want to save these comments for posterity because I'm actually surprised that we're still seeing comments, let's hope they load, like this in 2024. But let's go through it. Where are we double checking on the screen? Okay, here we go. Bitcoin will go down in history as the most absurd of all bubbles. People lost their minds and paid $100,000 per fake unit of nothing. I mean, and of course, the common argument, precious metals have value and without an electrical grid, no speculation necessary. And of course, another common theme is that Bitcoin is a central bank digital currency because it has a public ledger, maybe is what it ultimately boils down to. Let's see. The value of that. Oh, here's another one. And I see a lot. It has zero backing. We all know it has backing. Peer-to-peer. Gosh, I feel like I wasn't paying attention in class. Peer-to-peer. Censorship resistant. Trustless. And the others like decentralized. Yep. And Bitcoin is not like fiat. There's a fixed supply. Bitcoin has the backing of whoever believes in it and buys it like gold, Labrador puppies, or any other asset. Again, Bitcoin has zero backstop. I feel like I need to put these comments to like Benny Hill music or something. Maybe I'll do that. Yes. More comments. More can be printed. Bitcoin has no intrinsic value. Yeah. It has made people wealthy by having them and to cash out into real currencies. Yes. And gold has made people wealthy by having to also cash out into real currencies. It holds, and there are some people who have some sensibility. But yes. Cry more. There is no money in Bitcoin. Let's see. What else do we have? All right. Someone each. Okay. Person that actually provides some sense here. Gold will eventually be priced in Bitcoin, though it already is. Gold to Bitcoin, 0.02. Okay. No one throw out anything as far as energy and the way that it helps monetize electrical grids and also expand electrical grids by monetizing electrical grids. Some people have a little definition. How does it work? Bitcoin has fees. Had no idea. I'm still waiting for it. It went from 20 to 3,000. I lost nothing. Then it went from 69 to 16. Again, I lost nothing. Now it's 90,000. As it goes to 200, falls back to 120. I have lost nothing again. Therefore, it goes to 1 million. What do you do with the fixed supply? The price will have to go up. Don't pay any mining. Used to create wealth. All value is subjective. Thank you very much, Brother Darkness. Ah, a premium subscriber came to comment. But I'm looking at these comments. Bitcoin has zero backing, zero intrinsic value, and zero utility. You are trying to peddle an NFT of currency. He didn't explain Michael Saylor's point of Bitcoin can transfer energy through time and space by saying it's preserved, and you can still use a wallet that's 20 years old, and that Bitcoin and that value will still be there. But that'd be okay. And then this one is just Bitcoin, the 21st century Tulip Mania happens at the top of every bubble. And of course, comparing a flower to amazing technological findings shows you're lacking in knowledge. And yeah, that one's just, dear God, Jesus. And then I realized just looking through this more and more and more, and just how unbelievably uneducated people are still on Bitcoin. I saw a great comment in here that says people are going to pay the price they deserve. Scratch that. The people who poo-poo Bitcoin today, let me make sure this is recording. Oh, good, we are. The people, there we go, who poo-poo the price of Bitcoin today are going to pay the price tomorrow that they deserve to pay. And to close, at least as far as these comments, it's such a thing. Yeah. Wall Street can, and here we go. The funniest thing is the claim that fake units of nothing called Bitcoin have a fixed finite supply. Wall Street can and will create an infinite supply of nothing through the futures market and derivatives. Crypto tards, the ultimate dumb money. You can create as many derivatives as you want, but the supply of Bitcoin is fixed. The supply of that asset on the network is fixed. You can't manipulate. How are you going to manipulate all these exchanges? It's a good question and something to think about. How could the price be manipulated on exchanges? Don't know. We'll have to see. Okay, yeah, I realized it was too small to read. And then the ultimate destinations for Bitcoin is zero. Says some non-entity in the ZH comments. I'm just saying Bitcoin, today's beanie babies. When it crashes, if you're taking a nap, it'll be gone before you wake up. And then amazing the boomer comments. Gold and silver are great. Nothing else in the world can a person walk through an airport at the 24-word seed phrase on the thumb drive, take their wealth with them. Good luck doing that with your stonks and metals. That alone makes it more than worth it. And then, of course, somewhere said, oh, the usual question of, well, if there's no electricity, then how are you going to access it then? And someone said, if there's no electricity and we've lost all power, like an EMP event or something, we have bigger issues to worry about than the value of your digital asset. So let's see. And then let's go to, I've got a great comment here. We want to share. Bear with me when I have to back out of this one a little bit because I've got a great comment. We're going to remove that, and we are going to stop sharing that. Okay, here we go. Oh no. It's Select a tab to share. All right, I'm just going to have to bring it up on the entire screen here. Sorry, gold bugs. We're going back to the days of Navy escorts of gold shipments, paper ledgers, pirates, and vaults in every home. Pretty soon, I'll be able to mail in my silver for something nice in this Sears catalog. And yeah, that was a comment from maybe like a year or two ago. But that's where we're at. People have not figured out the value proposition. And that just shows we have a way to go because it's not common knowledge. Eventually, these things will become common knowledge where people will understand more and more of how the Bitcoin network functions, how mining works, how the scarcity and the fixed supply works. I mean, the one thing I'm starting to see mentioned slowly more and more into a wider demographic is that the Federal Reserve is a private banking entity. That's starting to make its way into the mainstream populace. The idea that controlling the money supply and creating new money, more money, is what creates inflation because you have more money chasing a much less elastic amount of goods and services. And the same will come with Bitcoin. But again, people aren't going to jump in until they're ready. And that's fine. For anyone who's gotten in before them, well, you front run them, you took the risk, and by holding it, you're reaping the reward. Getting mad at people who are early adopters is like getting mad at people who bought Microsoft stock in its early days, or Apple stock, or IBM stock, or Beanie Babies in its early days even. Although not quite the same thing. But yeah, any investable derivative asset like a stock, that's like getting mad at them because they bought in before you did. Well, you know what? It's your fault. You didn't buy in. If you want to be salty, look in the mirror, because that's who you need to be salty at, not against everyone else. Everyone else was doing their thing and you were doing yours. All rests on your shoulder. So I'm going to wrap this up here. Thanks for tuning in. I will have a link in the video when it goes onto the channel. And with that, I will say be well, everyone, and talk to you soon.